Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining again today. I had made this video to be recorded for the African Space Generation Workshop. The workshop is currently holding in Abuja, in Nigeria. And I was asked to make this presentation, so I figured I would just make the presentation and then upload it on YouTube, and then everybody can have access to it. So this workshop has been going on now since 2017, when I had the privilege of being the first African Space Generation Workshop. And it's been a privilege being the event manager and seeing the growth. The workshop has had so many activities, moved around different countries in Africa, from Nigeria to Ethiopia, to Mauritius, to Ghana, to uh, Zimbabwe, now it's back in Nigeria, and we are looking forward to it going to many other countries, South Africa, Kenya, so many other countries in Africa, Angola. There are so many countries that can still host this. So every year I know the application goes out for the call goes out for people to apply to host the event. So if you would like to host the event, I believe it's a great thing, bringing Africans together, space experts, policymakers, space governance, people in the education, students, young professionals, bringing them together to learn about space, to interact, to grow the community, to find solutions, different solutions to how we can solve our challenges and our problems in Africa. And how we can move forward, how people can start their career and really move forward. So I believe it's a very great thing, and it will be something very nice for people to take part in this process, in this presentation. So going straight to it, this presentation today is about capacity building for students and young professionals for the space workforce. My name is Akinwale, and this is to be presented for the Space Generation Advisory Council by the 8th African Space Generation Workshop. Okay, so we're just gonna go straight into the presentation. Now, for many people that don't understand what is actually going on in the space environment, the space environment is a unique industry that brings together people from different walks of life. It doesn't matter your discipline. Everybody has a place in the industry. There's a big workforce, and with the growth and progress of some developed countries, especially like the United States, they provide a framework, they provide like the template for other countries to follow in terms of building their space journey, building their workforce, building their impact, their progress. Everybody's looking up at what the US is doing to see how they can meet up to it, how they can adjust, what they can do, so it's an entire industry in the space industry. And like I always tell people, every discipline, everybody is as a place in the industry, because the industry goes from policy and law among lawmakers that make the laws that institute laws into place, to engineers, to scientists, to economists, to finance people, because without finance, no project is going to be done, to administrative people. You need admin staff in every organization, in every agency. You need admin staff. You need the journalist to report on what is going on, to lobby with policymakers, to explain to policymakers, to interact with policymakers and engineers. You need all of these people combined, people writing the right kind of story, publishing the right kind of articles. You need people from medical parts, the space, medical, and life sciences that do things that revolve around the human body, because we're always working to develop more ways for humans to travel to space. So there's a human influence in the space industry. You need human interaction. You need mentor people. You need agricultural people. You need food. You need interior design. You need architecture. you need engineers, you need almost every phase of life. There's nothing you do even if you do language, because the space industry has to do with countries from multiple parts of the world that speak different languages. So even if all you studied is language, there's a relevance to everybody. So it's a big industry that it's all encompassing, and we have to begin to look at it like it's not just okay, it's space. It's an industry that is so close to us. Communications is so close to us. Communication industry, their backbone is space. Data analytics, the backbone is space. Banking, the backbone is space. Cybersecurity, the backbone is space. Intelligence, the backbone is space. Aviation, the backbone is space. So all these things that we talk about and we take for granted, the workforce, are things that are different pillars of the space industry. And then what is the major thing for building capacity in the space workforce? Now, in the space workforce requires skilled people. So you want to get into the workforce, you need skills. You need different kinds of skills. There are different kind of skills for different kinds of jobs. For people that are policymakers, you need to be accustomed with the law. For people that are working on treaties and working on policies and trying to get government engagements and trying to work with agencies, you need to have some sort of training in policy, have some skills in policy. For people that are engineers, you need training. For people that are scientists, you need training. There are different skills that come into different kinds of disciplines, and the space workforce is not left out of it. Now, the major thing about the space industry is everybody looks at it, students, young professionals are looking at it like, oh, this is just a very big industry. How do I get started? Like, where do I find my path? What skills do I need to build? What are the things I need to do to find my way in the space industry? My first thing will be that everybody has to look at what they are good at. Look at your primary discipline, look at what you're good at, look at what is in your hands right now. That is what you need to build and make better. And then we all need to look at what we are doing right now and look at how it can be used in the future. Where do I come in the future? How does what I'm doing right now, how does it influence the future? And then the other part will be personal journey. Part of it, my own personal journey in getting to space is that I studied mechanical engineering. I studied mechanical engineering, find my way from mechanical engineering to getting into becoming the president of the Space Club of Obafemi Awolowo University. And that was my way in. Everybody will have different way in. And then from there, we did so many programs. We worked with the African Regional Center for Space Science and Technology Education in English, one of the UN centers in Nigeria. And then we started working with the Space Generation Advisory Council, volunteer, so many volunteer at UNICEF, UNICEF Global, you volunteer for so many organizations, you build and you build and you build. So it's been a whole long journey, and I'm going to talk further about the Space Generation Advisory Council because that was a major part of my journey also in getting started in the space industry. Now, in terms of talking about what is going on in the space ecosystem right now. Now, the major key trends that we have right now in the space sector, you talk about the commercialization of space. Elon Musk has gone a long way in helping NASA move from doing one launch every year or every 2 years to almost launching every week. He's launching literally every week. He's launching small sats to space, launching different payloads to space, ISS, and so many other things, rescuing people that are stuck in space. So he has moved the shape of the industry in a big way. And you have companies like Asian Space, you have Lockheed Martin, you have Booz Allen, you have Northrop Grumman. These are companies in the US that are really moving forward. You have Roscosmos, Thales, You have the China Space Agency, JAXA, the United Arab Space Agency. There are so many agencies now, iSpace, that are doing so many things in the commercial realm. It's a whole lot of company now, a whole lot. Some companies are just doing off the shelf materials. Some companies are only bringing screws and pipes and different things that is needed. Some are just doing testing for all the satellites that are going to space, the system going to space. There's literally a huge ecosystem. You want to talk about, okay, do you think it is the engineers that are alone that are working on the Star rockets, the Starship rocket? No, you have a lot of technicians, welders, people that are skilled in so many different things, so it's a big ecosystem now. And now looking at what is currently going on with artificial intelligence, everybody is doing integration of the artificial intelligence into almost all their systems. So that is going to be something for the future. You're going to have AI implementations, machine learning for almost everything we do. I mean, it's been coming for a couple of years now, but it's like it's in the tongue of everybody now. Artificial intelligence, AI, 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 AI. AI has been here, it's still here, but it's relevant, it's even more impacting now. And you can only think about, okay, what can I learn this? Can I learn how AI works so that you are relevant in the future? Because it's only going to get even better. And AI leads to cybersecurity, data analytics, data engineering. All of these things are all there, small satellites. And then there is a rising demand for diverse, innovative workforce. So you can't just say, all I do is I write reports. No, it's no longer about just writing reports anymore. It's about you using your brain. It's about you being active. It's about you having things that are relevant, relevant to the future. I would advise anybody any day now, pick one of these 4 pillars. If you're able to do cybersecurity, do cybersecurity, because you can do cybersecurity, software development, data analytics, business intelligence, all of these things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, business processes. Some of these things are things that are needed in almost every commercial industry, and even in some agencies also. Everybody needs a software developer. There's literally no huge, what do you call it, space company now that does not need a software developer. There's no new space company now that is not looking for a cyber security compliance person or whatever. So you have all of those things, and they come from STEM, they come from IT, and then when you talk about what opportunities we have in Africa, there are so many companies now that are starting up in Africa, new spaces there. There's so many startups you're having in Africa. It's still a virgin ground for growth and improvement. So we are just getting started. It's a long way, but it's a gradual process. I will say a couple of things later on about that, but when you look at the ecosystem of what is going on right now, it looks more like there is more opportunities in outside Africa than you have inside Africa. And then when you talk about, okay, how do you bridge this gap? Because there is limited access to specialized education, training programs within Africa. One of the ways of bridging the gap is using what is available to you. The internet. The internet is available. Using the internet to gain education, to gain experience, to learn new skills. Those are the ways we can leverage now. It's all about leveraging. Leveraging as a student, as a young professional, you have to begin to find ways to leverage, and then we might not have all of those hands-on experiment all the time, but you can always start small. You need small use cases, minimum viable cases for things you want to do. Try and start it with a use case, and then you can use that use case to present for a bigger project, for a bigger work. And then LinkedIn should be your friend in terms of mentorship, in terms of professional networking. Create your LinkedIn if you don't have it, make it better if you don't have it, and then engage people. It might cost you just a little, amount of money to just get someone to help you make it professional. Let it look professional, let it look better, and then you can begin to have access to people. One thing people don't realize, out of all the industry in the world, the space industry is the best industry where you meet good people. And I can tell you that with very good evidence. You meet good people, people that are ready to help you, people that are ready to talk to you. They are ready to share knowledge with you. They are ready to share opportunities with you. If you get into someone's DM on LinkedIn, message them and say, oh, I would like to talk to you once a month. Don't be a bug on people. If you reach out to someone, if you have access to someone, does not mean that because you have access to them, then you misuse the opportunity. So you don't become a bug, you don't become a parasite. You become someone that, okay, is respectful, you are respectful in your communications. You're respectful in the way you approach people. And you communicate the right way. You can never learn less communication. You learn more, better, improved communication. So if you communicate with someone the right way, the person 7 out of 10 times will be willing to respond to you. So let LinkedIn be your friend. Use the network of what you have, because everybody coming on LinkedIn is coming on the platform to relate to other people, to do business. So use it, begin to use it. Even as Africans, you have to, I tell people it doesn't cost a lot to do once a year or once in 2 years. Just go and pay that small buck for a professional portrait picture. Do your portrait picture, let it look nice, let it look professional. Put it on a platform and make your platform look better than it would have looked with you just making a photo with your own phone. These are some of the subtle things that we do to empower ourselves and make ourselves better. As people that are getting started, these are the things you get to want to do. Pay somebody, okay, I just want to come in today and do a professional picture of myself. And then you do that, and then it improves your image, you improve the way people look at you, your response, the way people respond to you. And then you can easily connect with people. There are tons of people online that you can easily connect with. You can begin to write articles about what you're doing, about different phases of the work you're doing. You can do a professional profile of yourself. These are important things that needs to be done so that you are putting yourself in the right ecosystem. And joining a group like I joined, like the Space Generation Advisory Council, is totally free. You have almost 35,000 people from over 150 countries that you can connect to and you can talk to and you can do projects with. You can do events with, you can meet people, you can meet companies. They have opportunities, scholarship. These are things that you can get to do, and then there are also activities in different regions that you can take part in. So there's a whole community out there that you don't even have to leave the doors of your house before you get to meet hundreds and thousands of people, and then never take certification for granted. Until I left the country, we pursued more of our what do you call it? Our degree, bachelor's, master's, and all of that stuff. If there's anything you take with vital importance as you are moving along in your career, certifications. Take as many certifications as possible. Your data analysis certification, your PMP certification, project management, anything you are doing, communications, take a certification. You know how to do administration, take a certification in administration. Rack up all the certifications along the way. Yeah, you know how to do quality control, take the certification. Anything you're trying to do, try and get the certification. There are so many certifications online now that you can take. Some of them don't even cost a lot. But rack up the certifications because it goes a long way. If you have an opportunity to attend a workshop, either online or in person, go ahead and do it. They form the basis of building your network and building yourself, building the way you think, the people you have access to, the network of groups you are able to communicate with, who are the people you're able to relate with. Those are the things that begin to help along the process. And like I already mentioned, there's endless opportunities. Go ahead to spacegeneration.org and just register, become part of the community, join the community and begin to do great things. There's no limit to anybody anywhere anymore. There's no excuse for nobody. Literally, no more excuse. It doesn't matter whether the money is there or the money is not there. You start from somewhere. You start from somewhere and you begin to scale up. And then I know there are opportunities for internship. There are people there. What some people don't realize is that there are people online that they have resources, so many resources that you can be their assistant. In fact, you can literally go online today in those things you want to do, look for 10 people and ask them if they are looking for somebody to assist them. Like literally send a DM to them and say, would you like me to assist you? I'm available 1 or 2 days a week. If there's anything I can help you with in this and this and this is what I am doing. I see that you are doing something that is ahead of me and it's something I would like to do. I can learn from you, but I can also support you, and you volunteer 1 or 2 days a week. You might not get the money now, but the value of what you're going to get a long time is probably be more than the money you ever get. Talk to that person in the US and that person in the UK, in Europe, wherever they might be. Send them a message. Oh, are you looking for somebody to work with? Are you looking for like a personal assistant? Or no, just come as if you at least you are trying to help them, not that you're a body. That way they will open up to you. You get on calls with them, you relate with them, you create friends everywhere. You never know where the opportunity will come from. Send messages to organizations that the small ones, maybe the big ones may not respond, but it doesn't hurt to try. Try as many things as you can try. Try as many things as you can try. Okay, you can't stop. If you're looking for something, you go for it and you continue to go for it. And then one of the things I'm going to say about moving forward in terms of the change that can happen collectively. Now, one of the things I'm very grateful for is how there are agencies in Africa that are trying to do one thing or the other. Majority of our work so far is in astronomy. We are doing astronomy, but we do need to go into hardware over time and begin to create more hardware materials, begin to work and do more hardware stuff. So in terms of agencies and companies and nonprofit need to begin to find ways to work together. And then we have different programs now that can help. The Space Generation Advisory Council literally has a whole lot of projects that you can take part in. It doesn't matter whether you are African or not. You can take part in those programs. And recently I worked with a very amazing group of people to organize the Nigerian Space Symposium, which happened to have been the first version this year. We're going next year to Lagos. So if you weren't part of the program this year, make sure you look out for it for next year. It's going to be amazing. We are trying to bring people together to develop initiative to encourage people to make progress, take actions that will move you forward. You need to be open to collaborate with other people, collaborate, ask questions, talk to people. You can't be shy. One thing I can say to you is to make progress is not to be shy. You can't be shy if you want to make this progress. I have to just move forward as fast as I can. So in terms of turning challenges into opportunities, one thing we have to do is we have to change our mindset. For every challenge you see is an opportunity lurking around. It's about mindset change. Oh yes, I mean, I've had situations where I applied for visa and it's just crazy. I'm not able to get a date and stuff. You find every opportunity as a challenge and you never give up. I say you never give up until the cock crows. You never give up. You find opportunities. Turn challenges, like every challenge is a way for me to be better. It's a way for me to know someone I didn't know before. It's a way for me to try something I never tried before. It's probably a way for me to go somewhere I've not been to before, or knock on someone's door I wouldn't have knocked on their door on a normal day. It's a way for growth. Challenges are the ladders that we climb to move forward and make progress. So as young professionals, we have to change our mind towards challenges. Now, what are the major steps to build, your space career? Join organizations. That's one thing I can say. As many volunteer organizations as you can join, just go ahead and rack them up. Don't overload yourself. Look for the ones that are important to you and will bring value to you and will help you make progress. Like the one I know of that I'm very sure of is the Space Generation Advisory Council. You get a lot of information from there. Participate in international workshops. There are so many workshops now, online, some hackathons. You can look at the ones happening in your region, in your school, in your area. Connect with people. You can always reach out to me if you have more questions. Send me a DM on LinkedIn or something. I will respond to you. Uh, and then begin to pursue skill building programs. Like I said earlier, your cybersecurity, your AI, your communications. Even if you are not, okay, I'm not this tech person, do something in communications. Get a certification in communications. Get certifications in management, in finance or policy, things that are relevant, that can make you relevant along the way. Okay. These are things that will be that'll be very important as you make this progress and you take these actions. Okay. Now, in terms of us taking actions towards shaping our future, I'm just going to round up. The first thing I'm going to say is do everything to learn new skills. Learn new skills. You never stop. You never stop learning new skills. And then every day, try and make yesterday a better day. Okay. Take action on what you need to do. Whatever it is that you need to do, go ahead and take action and start taking action today. I'm going to round up here, and then the last thing I didn't mention was take advantage of the resources that are already available to you. So there are some resources that are probably already available to you. Begin to take action, take responsibility, take advantage of them. And then I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for listening. I hope you've learned something new today. You can always reach out to me. That is my email. You can go ahead on LinkedIn. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube anyway, so you can watch it. I will try as much as possible to bring more updates as much as I can. And these are some of the websites for Space Donation Advisory Council, for Nigerian Space Symposium, and my own website also. I look forward to talking to you again very soon. I hope everybody here, I get to see you very, very soon in one event or one place around the world. Stay flourishing, stay moving forward, do everything to make yourself better. And God bless you. Have a good one. Thank you.